What's going on, guys? This is Miasin back at it with another DB video. You already know it. This is gonna be TEARLAMENTS against RUNICK SPRIGHT. Very interesting matchup. RUNICK SPRIGHT being just such a dangerous deck. TEARLAMENTS wins the dice roll, and we never know, maybe it might win. So this opening hand is really good. High Spirits, Field Spell, Sulik, Albion, as well as Meru. The RUNICK SPRIGHT player also drew the nuts, so SPRIGHT Blue, Magnamut, Smashers, RUNICK Tip, and SPRIGHT Red. So this is gonna be broken against broken. Very exciting. Who are you rooting for? Anyways, he's going to start with the Primeval Planet Perlarino. He put it straight into the Spell and Trap Zone, so this card is going to be here for a while. But maybe sometimes I think DB actually glitches and you just can't activate the card as a field spell. But whatever, he's going to be searching off Venus and then you go for High Spirits, blah, blah. I think the combo is actually pretty linear here, so it's not going to be super exciting. Even though he could actually fuse with using the Meru, so if he plays Crime, he can search that with the Kid Kalos. But I'm pretty sure he does not main that Crime, so he will search the Shaylin instead, which I want to say is a little neggy. I don't know if I'm a really big fan of that. Anyways, the Albion draws into Super Poly, which is actually really nice. could kind of save you from getting demolished by the RUNICK SPRIGHT deck. But whatever. Kid Kalos effect, and then Shane Red Cartesia, fuse for the Lulu Karos. And yeah, gonna be reviving back something with the Kid Kalos. I definitely should because he used the effect. But actually, oh yeah, no, never mind. Okay, so he's going to be triggering a few effects and not even reviving back anything. If I didn't miss that, yeah. And going to be summoning the Kaleido Heart using the Reno Heart as well as, I believe, Shaylin and Kid Kalos from the graveyard in order to summon this. And of course, he's not going to be destroying it with the Primeval Planet because he already has the Sulik in hand and he does not main that Crime. That would have been broken though. And he's going to be synchro summoning the Baron using the Garura as well as the Red Cartesia because, yes, this is a level 4 tuner. I know, so convenient, man. So that's an Omni Negate. This is kind of like a baby Omni Negate, but only for cards that summon. And then Kaleido Heart is broken, and Sulik and Super Poly are pretty nice cards. And yes, by the way, he does have a discard for the Super Poly, even excluding the draw off of a Garura, because the Red Cartesia will recycle itself back in the end phase. So yeah, already has 2 cards in hand, which is not too bad. The field spell, which should be here, as well as, you know, 2 back row and a pretty respectable board. Obviously, could have been way better. I think he just didn't really... He just searched the wrong card with Kaleido Heart. There was really no reason to search the Shaylin. It really achieved nothing here. Anyways, the RUNICK player draws an even better card, actually, for turn, Hyperia. Literally, it barely gets any better than that. And on top of that, he draws arguably one of the best cards he could have drawn here, which is the Freezing Curses. So this is ridiculously insane. Oh, man. I'm gonna activate the RUNICK Tip, which I don't know if it's really... I don't know if it's really correct. I might have went like SPRIGHT Red and then SPRIGHT Blue and then play from there instead of use the RUNICK Tip right now. Maybe try to hold it for as long as possible, but... I don't know, that's just me, but it's gonna bait the Baron Negate anyway, so if you were just trying to bait that Negate, then maybe it was correct at the end. But yeah, on the summon of SPRIGHT Red, the Sulik is going to activate and then negate the Carrot, and then send the Shaylin to do what actually? Oh, alright, so the Magnamut will try to summon itself, the Lulu Karos will negate, and then the Freezing Curses will negate the Lulu Karos, which is a very unfortunate turn of event because if he held the Sulik, he would have been able to like dodge the Freezing Curses by going Sulik, send the Lulu Karos, so that would have been cool, but unfortunately, you know, everything that the RUNICK SPRIGHT player will resolve, so not much interaction from the TEARLAMENT player, and now he has a useless Kaleido Heart that achieves nothing. The Lulu Karos has already been used, the Baron has been used, the field spell will never be able to trigger because how is he gonna fuse, and all he really has left is Super Poly, but this can't be used as a fusion material, which is still a good thing, actually. But yeah, he can't get this card into the grave, if that's what you were wondering. So if he can summon a Wind-Up Kitten to bounce this back, he might maybe be able to come back. But anyways, summons the Magnamut and then gets the end phase Surge for the Druid Worm. And then SPRIGHT Blue into Jet, into Starter, most likely, because he already has Smashers. Oh, what the heck? He's not going to be searching. Is there something I'm missing? Okay, yeah, no, never mind. Alright, yeah. Okay, so now he's going to be searching for the Starter, obviously. That can summon the Carrot, which would be a decent interruption. And now he's going to be thinking, fuse right away. Really? That is very interesting. Using these 2 monsters for Muddragon. I don't know how I feel about that. You might have actually preferred to hold the Super Poly. Oh, no, never mind. Because he already had used the Garura. Because he had to synchro summon using it as well as the Red Cartesia to make the Baron. So his only target left was Muddragon of the Swamp, meaning that you really don't want your opponent to like link off a Magnamut, so you have to use that Super Poly ASAP. Definitely logical, yeah. Alright, so now he still has, you know, blue with Hyperia, Starter, and Smashers, which is still insane. So he can definitely do a lot because, again, he doesn't have to take care of a single... Like, he has 0 interruptions to be afraid of, but he has no battle phase. So that is the one drawback that he has. Summons the carrot with the Gigantic Splight and then link off for the Splight Elf. Very shocked to see that nobody's even considering Splight Sprint in the Runic build because they're not playing the Nimble cards. So a Foolish Burial actually does nothing when you think about it. It's only really good if you're playing like Pure Splight or like maybe Char Brigade Splight, but whatever. Link off for the Masquerina. It's actually a little disappointing to see that at the end of like all of that, all he can really do is Elf, Masquerina, and Smashers and search a Druid Worm, which is not bad, but that's my issue with the Runic build. It's like, man, because of the fact that you don't have a battle phase, sometimes you just have to like maybe do like worse moves, but I don't know. Again, though, he could have went for like the Wind-Up Kitten instead of Splight Carrot off of the Gigantic Splight, and then bounce back, yeah, there's pretty much nothing to bounce back because this can turn itself into a dark. Well, I mean, you can bounce back the Baron as well as the Lulu Karos. So at least he has like 2 less monsters. You know, I mean, that's still really good. Yeah, because the Wind-Up Kitten is like a hard, like a soft once per turn, basically. So yeah, you can revive back and then use the effect again. Anyways, I mean, he top decks the Huffiness, which is pretty insane. Gonna be using the effect of the Sulic, most likely on standby or draw phase, in order to play, yeah, exactly, in draw phase, in order to play around, the, you know, its effect on main phase. And he's going to be chaining the Smashers, banishing the Lulu Karos as well as the Elf. Very interesting. Maybe he just didn't really want the Kaleido Heart to hit the grave. I don't know. Yeah, whatever. Anyways, now he has a useless Masquerina, and if he can find a way to, you know, make it so that the Druid Worm does nothing, he's most likely going to win this game. The Baron can also pop the Masquerina, which is huge. And, yeah, now I mean, he could have went, like, Chainlink 1 Masquerina, and then Chainlink 2 Druid Worm, summon itself, and then link immediately for, like, I don't know, like another Splight Elf, actually. That would have been really good. And then send a monster to the grave, and do some small little plays, at least, like, try to stay in the game. That could have worked, but he didn't even attempt to do that, so I do find it a little strange. And, oh, and by the way, the Mud Dragon of the Swamp is actually a very interesting card because... it reads your opponent cannot target this card or monsters on the field with the same attribute as this card with card effects. So you can't even target your own cards. Not that it matters, but sometimes it might be a little relevant. Anyways, he's going to attack for quite a lot of damage. He does have a battle phase for next turn because he was only locked on, you know, turn 2 with the Runic cards. But now he's going to be summoning the Druid Worm so that he can sponge an attack and also send a monster to the grave, but it's still not enough because he's on top deck mode and not a single card could save him right now. Alright, so now we are going into a game 2. I can absolutely imagine Runic Splight winning this game. And to be fair, there was even a world in which Runic Splight could have won game 1 if the sequencing was maybe a little better. Anyways, he's going to be going first with Runic Tip, so this is really what you want to see, but he's actually going to be searching the field spell right away. Very, very interesting. Now go for the Runic Fountain, Freezing Curses to search for... Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, the field graphics make my browser glitch. Ah, okay. So that's the reason why the field spell was in the spell and trap zone before, because his browser actually glitches when he has the background of the... that explains it, okay. So from moving forward, the Runic Fountain will be face down. But yeah, he's going to be drawing 2 cards, not even going to be going, you know... Quick play spell to summon the Huggin, well, whatever, how you're supposed to pronounce this card, and then search the field spell that way, and then use Runic Tip to draw 2 cards and still have a Runic card. So he's playing around the hand traps, but he's also getting less value because he's not really, you know, he could have gone the free search from the Runic Fountain using the Freezing Curses, but whatever, it's fine. Special summon the Jet, most likely going to be searching the starter here. There's no reason to really go for Smashers. Okay, now the field spell's finally face down. Alright, so yeah, exactly as I said, gonna be searching the starter, and now Gigantic Splight most likely summon Hyperia from the deck. That would be the best monster here. Oh, Nightmare Corruptor Ibli. That is also very interesting. Alright, so now he's going to be linking off for the Splight Elf and then give the Ibli to the opponent, which is very nasty if you have a way to, like, stop your opponent from, rather linking off the Ibli using another monster. But anyways, starter is going to be summoning the blue, which searches the carrot because he already has the red. So he has a monster negate and a spell and trap negate. Very nasty. Revive back the Jet, make Masquerina, summon the carrot. And now on the normal summon of blue, because he can't special summon, he's gonna go Splight Elf, revive back the Jet from the grave. Most likely use the effect to search another starter. That would also be the optimal thing to do here. He has Valor Ash, Druid Worm, and Masquerina, Carrot, and Red. Like, how do you lose here? It's basically impossible. And on the Summon of Dark, he's most likely gonna go Masquerina in order to link everything off, either for Unicorn or for Underworld Goddess of the Closed World. That is actually freaking insane, man. And yeah, he can also negate something that would revive back from the grave, which is relevant because it can negate Kid Kalos, but it's not that big. And unless you're trying to target this card, it's basically unaffected by everything. So yeah, activate the field spell again in the spell and trap zone because otherwise it would glitch. And he's going to be searching for what? Meru. Wow, very interesting. But he doesn't have a normal summon, so it does make sense. Because now if he uses a monster effect like Red, at least he can chain the Hoffiness from the hand. So no, it 100% makes sense. Yeah, 100% makes sense. But the Sharon is going to be ashed anyways. And because of that, there is no way for him to extend past that. And he's going to have to pass turn. Now, the good news is that he doesn't have a battle phase. So he can't kill. But at the same time, it's still not that convenient for him because he has to go up against, my god, a huge board, man. And he's just like getting so many cards every single turn. It's, you really can't keep up with all the advantage that he's going to be generating. And yeah, going to give the Ibli to his opponent again, which is so annoying. Gigantic Splight, summon Hyperia, draw one card. Oh my god, another hand shop. You gotta be kidding me. Smashers actually banishing the Ibli is like the best thing ever. And also now the Imperum is live, but there is not much that you can really negate outside of the Elf. And yeah, summon Shaylin, discard the Hoffiness, and that would be able to fuse for the Kid Kalos. But he has two Bisted Monsters, so still does absolutely less than nothing. And now I guess he can go normal summon Meru and hope that you get a little lucky. Even if that gets Veilored, it's not the end of the world because you still have Splight Sprint. But it's not going to get Veilored. The Meru will try to trigger. Not the best card here because... oh, wow. And also... Oh, that is so unfortunate. Imagine if you could, like, summon the Splight Red before. But yeah, the Druid Worm is also going to be banishing the target off of the Elf. So there's literally nothing that he can do. Every single one of his plays is getting stopped. Alright, game 3. This is absolutely ridiculously crazy. Like, this game is going to be nuts. Because he has Splight Starter evenly, Runic Destruction, which is the MST, Runic Tip, and Freezing Curses. Like, it barely gets any better than this. Like, this can actually break a board of Baron plus, like, the whole board except Crime. That's basically what I meant. That would be, like, the only way you lose because you don't really know where the Crime is. So you don't know if you should use, like, Runic Destruction, like Blind or something. But he's going up against a very good hand as well. So High Spirits, Hoffiness, Jet, Terraforming, and Shaylin. So again, another battle of Broken versus Broken. Draw phase, pitch the Hoffiness. Yeah, I wouldn't have done that. I would have actually pitched the Hoffiness here. But anyways, going to be searching for the red Cartesia, obviously. Oh no, the Albion! Wow, he's not even going to be trying to go for the Baron. No way, the Evenly is going to be huge! Alright, search the Crime with the Kid Kalos. That is one good card, actually. And now Terraforming is going to be used in order to search for the Primeval Planet. Now, I just realized something. Evenly is a little awkward with the Runic cards sometimes because you have to go into your battle phase and then use your Runic cards and then use Evenly instead of going like Runic cards on main phase and then use Evenly. So you actually do lose to like Anti-Spell and stuff like that if you have like Evenly and Runic Destruction because you would not be able to use that Evenly that turn. Anyways, now that he has the Crime, he no longer really has to be that afraid of Evenly, so he can actually pop off. This card is just so freaking good. It's crazy, man. Oh my god. But I would still actually go for the play with, Red Cartesia to make the Baron. I do believe that it's way better. Because if people are on board breakers and not hand shops, you really want to make as many, Omni negates as possible. And it really helps that you can make these kind of negates. But his end board is going to be very mediocre. I really don't like that, actually. There's really, when you think about it, it looks like there's a lot of monsters and it looks really broken, but it's really not. Like, there's the red Carrot, Lulu Karos, Smashers, and he clicked on the wrong card, so he has double Solic set instead of Crime. He did explain that at the very end of the match, but, oh man, I understand. They look very similar. They're both TEARLAMENTS trap cards, but this is like a mistake that you can't do. But since he searched the Crime, he's still going to be playing again, like around that. And the top deck is Nibiru, which is completely irrelevant. He wouldn't really have been able to use it because the Lulu Karos is also always summoned very early, and he had no other hand shop to go along with it, so yeah, the Nibiru top deck, whether it was in the opening 5 or top deck for turn, it still would have changed nothing at all. Anyways, he's going to go into battle phase and use the Runic Tip in order to search for the Flashing Fire, which allows you to destroy a special summon monster on the field. Gonna try to destroy that Carrot and then banish an extra 3 cards, and then use Runic Destruction to get a random, 4 cards. And he doesn't know, actually, that he didn't set the Crime, which is pretty funny. So he was playing around that, and now the Evenly is basically useless. Like, he could still use it, but Oh man, he goes for Splight Starter instead. Oh, this is so bad. He could have actually resolved that evenly in one completely just because of one single misplay. But he's gonna scoop it up because the Splight Starter can get negated with the Lulu Carols, and he has nothing else outside of that. But yeah, if he played his cards correctly, and he didn't get sniped on the, well, if the crime didn't get negated by, well, didn't get destroyed by the MST, he 100% would have won because, again, the Nibiru did nothing. The Freezing Curses would have been able to take care of the Baron if he summoned it, but he summoned the Carrot instead, which ends up being the same. So whatever, maybe we might be overthinking this one a little too much. But anyways, that's it for this match. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.